Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your Star Scentsy consultant. So, today what I have for you is my What I've Been Warming, and there are all sorts of wonderful things here on this table, and we're just going to start out with what I have on the front end. We'll go all the way through a few things that aren't Scentsy that I'll do at the end, but there has been a lot of Scentsy that I have been getting through this last week. So let's just start out with a combination that I did that's a little bit different than most of what I'm going to talk about, because in the middle of October, well, the beginning of October, but as we get into the beginning, middle, and end of October, it's peak bakery warming season for those of us that love that type of scent in the home. Lots of spice, lots of pumpkin, lots of all that kind of good stuff. But cranberry and cardamom is not very fall yet. It kind of is when you combine it with something like Halloween Town. So these two I was doing in alternate warmers, I don't know, sometime at the end of last week, where this one is a beautiful saturated cranberry scent with a little bit of cherry and cardamom. So it can either lean somewhat fall if you have another really heavy woodsy scent, or it can go definitely very Christmas. My favorite thing to do with that bar is Sleigh Ride for Christmas time. It's also very nice with white pumpkin and driftwood, which I have here with another combination, but it's great with Halloween Town, which is cedar and apple and cranberry, and it's deep and dark and kind of funky, and those two together made a really, really nice October melt. And this is a really interesting, weird, grapey purple color. Really good scent. Next, I have a whole bar of coconut pumpkin pie, which I did in my back room one evening, and then I let it go the next morning too. This was a clearance, beautiful, beautiful bar about, a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. I think that they threw this in clearance in August. And I was able to get on it immediately whenever they had just refreshed things. Usually they'll do that on the first of the month. And I ordered, I think, 10 bars of this. It's so nice, you guys. So it's like a coconutty, gingerbready, pumpkin bakery scent. But it's on the lighter side, and it's just really, really good for this time of the year. It was very soothing and comforting, and I enjoyed it very much. Another scent that I've been working through is Dutch Apple Bread, which, if you guys remember my reviews, I think from last year's Harvest 5-bar bundle, I was not feeling this bar at all. I have warmed up to it, and I was enjoying melting it this last week. It's sort of an interesting, almost savory apple oat bread, homey scent. And I am enjoying it more. I think I ordered 1 or 2 in my last shipment that will be coming either in my club or maybe just in the last bar haul that I did when I also put in the order for my Disney bars. So I did order 2 sets of the wonderful Disney signature like sweets collection that has an almond bar. It's got a candy apple bar. It's got a cinnamon roll bar. I'm really, really, really excited about that. Then another thing, which I think is going to be my favorite scent, although there are 3 or 4 that are really vying for that spot, but my favorite scent from our new catalog, Brown Butter Pumpkin. I just love this. It's a perfect pumpkin scent. Every time I put it in the warmer, I am happy and I want more. It's just enough pumpkin. It's just enough spice. It's just enough bakery. It's almost like a really good, creamy pumpkin brulee type scent. It is just delicious. Cannot get enough of that. So then another thing that I was doing, and this last week I was trying to use up half clams and just kind of throwing things in warmers everywhere, so there's not as much rhyme or reason to what I've been doing. Also, we went away on a marriage retreat, which was wonderful, and I did take Scentsy with me, but that was just 1 scent at a time in a hotel room, obviously, so we'll talk about those when we get there. Make Me Snickerdoodle, I was just using up this half a clam, trying to sweeten up some other things that were a little too aggressive. This is a great scent. It's just a really low-key sort of, what do I want to say? It's kind of like an unbaked cookie dough scent with a little bit of cinnamon sugar, but it's good mixed with other things that need to be toned down or mellowed out. Another bar that I was doing today, I was doing both of these to compare. I rolled Frosted Ginger Cookie, which was in my club for a few months, and I did pull it, and my new one, which I don't think I put in club yet, but I'm probably going to do that tonight or tomorrow, the Ginger Cookie Crunch. So, where Frosted Ginger Cookie is incredibly strong, it's like a really, really spicy ginger cookie with a little bit of maybe a lemon peel. Extremely good performer, but you only need a cube and this will just bust out your whole kitchen. Comparing that to our Ginger Cookie Crunch, which is in the Holiday 5-bar bundle right now, This is a much more mellow scent. It's more of a generalized bakery scent with a really good cookie note. It's got a little bit of crystallized ginger, and it's got a beautiful vanilla bakery. This is a clubber for me bi-monthly for sure, and I think it will be staying for the long haul. Another one that I was finishing up was a clam of toffee butter crunch. I've talked about this for a couple weeks. It's so good, you guys. It's just a warm, rich, walnutty toffee. My mother-in-law has this in her club, so I will ask for a bar here and there. I had it in my club for years. Probably shouldn't have taken it out, but that's my favorite toffee scent that Scentsy's ever made. It's so good. Another thing that I was doing was a bar where I did take this out of my club a couple years ago. Again, I semi-regret it, but you cannot keep everything, and that is the beautiful cranberry pumpkin spice. I have to say, this was Harvest Trio years ago. This is a scent they have not done anything quite like. I guess if you took a little bit of the brown butter pumpkin, but then you added a lot of Yankee-esque gentle spices and cranberry, that is what this smells like. It's really, really nice. And when I'm down to my last bar, because I have a couple of half bars left, I will be sad. This is a perfect Thanksgiving scent. I would like to see that profile come back in another bar sometime soon. One that is current that I'm loving is Apple Spice Season. I did more of this in September, but I'm melting some in October too. It's just a beautiful apple, pumpkin, and gentle spices harvest fall scent that I think anyone would like. It's a really good, medium level, lovely performer. Also, I was doing some orchard apple and spice, and this is slightly sweeter, a little bit more woody than the last one I was talking about, which is a little bit more pumpkin and farm stand. I really enjoy this bar, and I kind of miss it. Again, these are all scents that I'm telling you about that I've had in my club for periods of time, and then new things come along. You can only keep so much because there's so much wax piling up downstairs. There's only so much money to spend and only so much time to melt all the things, right? But this one, if I saw this in a flash sale or a clearance or voting it back for Bring Back My Bar, and that cranberry pumpkin spice, I don't know we'll ever see that for Bring Back My Bar voting, but if we do, we've got to get that back. But this one's good too. It's like a really nice cherry, apple, and wood early fall scent. In some way, it reminds me of Cider Mill, just a little bit more woody and cherry. Now, here's a scent that we have voted back for Bring Back My Bar, and I have gotten a few. I've never clubbed it. Ghostly Greetings. I used this in the basement the other day. It's so good. It's dark and spooky, like plum, really deep, woody, and almost like bad girl perfumey notes. It's so nice, you guys. It's complex, it's woodsy, it's fantastic. Okay, here's one that we had just recently, and as I was melting the bar, I went to see if I could still add it to club. You can't anymore. But the Lord of the Rings bar, which is called Shire Sunrise, is actually a really nice early fall, fresh, meadowy, woodsy kind of scent. And there's a little something in here that after it melts for a while, I thought I was melting around the campfire, so it must have some sort of a woody, smoky base note. Really good. If you still have this in your club and you haven't really melted it, I'd melt a couple now. It's a great time of the year for that. Then, totally in another direction, I had 2 cubes of this left that I threw into one of my pumpkin warmers one evening. Pumpkin sticky bun, which I'm pretty sure you can't even get the Gordy Goodness on the website anymore because it's all sold out, but you can still add these bars to club. This is excellent. Now, I was a little bit mixed review on this in August, but said probably as it sits and develops more pecan notes, I would like it, and that is true. Now, if I were to compare this to, say, Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl, or even our new Spooky But Sweet, or Sweet But Spooky, I can't remember which way the words go, or any other kind of middle-of-the-road sweet bakery scent, this would not be at the top of my list, but it's one where I believe I ordered 4 for my October club shipment so that I can put them away for next year. Am I going to club it for the long haul? No, but it's just a nice bar, and it's got a little bit of coconut cream smoothness. It doesn't really smell like suntan lotion or anything, along with this very mellow, low-key pecan pumpkin sticky bun. So it's not as sweet or as saturated, and it's not as like tooth aching as, say, Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl, which when I'm in the mood for it, it's great, but sometimes it's a little too much. That's a good alternative. Another bar, and this is where I got to get my stack. These are the things that I melted when I went away on the marriage retreat. I think I got through all 5 of these bars that I brought. I had Greg pick some. He really likes the bakery scents, and of course he likes his pine and such things. Now, why I was in the mood to throw in balsam spice in early October? I do not know, but hotel rooms tend to have odd smells in them sometimes. And we went to Kalamazoo for a very nice weekend with all the people in our church. It was very enjoyable, lots of good fellowship, wonderful teaching on marriage. I'm never here to plug anything else, but the Rock Church of Fenton, that is where we go. And if you are at all interested in some amazing teachings on marriage, go download their app and then look up the Eternal Marriage Retreat. I'm telling you, great stuff. Just good common sense, honest communication issues, things like that. Great breakout sessions. Wonderful. The guy that leads the marriage ministry goes to Kenya with Greg. It was great. So I just want to put that out there. Anyway, back to wax. So we're at this hotel, and you know how some hotel rooms now you can't even open the windows? This was one of those. Very nice room, kind of cold in a visual sense, very modern, whatever. So I wanted something really warm and cozy, and the first thing that I grabbed was balsam spice, which, like I said, why I wanted this in October, I don't know, but I packed it, and I wanted it. So it just made the room feel very warm and cozy. This is a great scent, you guys. It does have probably a rather strong holiday connection, but for someone who loves tree as much as me, the smoldery charred cedar in here really came out in the hotel room more than it does at home, and it just made for this really resinous, warm, welcoming scent. But then I got sick of that, so I put something else in the next day, and I think I did the Sunsets Bar. You could barely smell this in the hotel room, even though I did a couple of cubes, whereas the balsam spice, I had to turn it off. This is in my club, and it will be staying, but this is more of a small space scent. It's got beautiful amber and pink pepper and just a really nice, warm, sort of deserty, spicy smell that's subtle. Really gorgeous. And another one that I put in where I didn't need to guess whether or not I was melting anything was apple butter frosting. I think I did this Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning, and it was really, really nice. Just felt like I was at home. Beautiful, sweet, smooth spices and really nice apple butter and frosting. Now, none of these scents, even the balsam spice, escaped my room like the maple vanilla glaze from our retreat 2 years ago, but the balsam spice was probably just as strong. This hotel was just far more modern. Everything was very sealed up and perfect, and I couldn't wait to get home to my nice, happy, cozy house with color and pillows and all that stuff. So another thing that I melted was some vanilla amber. That was nice in there. Or no, I didn't get to this one. Okay, this was in my stack, but I didn't get to vanilla amber. I have melted this recently, though, and it's beautiful. So it is a really nice sort of frosting, kind of like the same base as apple butter frosting, but instead of taking it in the spice and apple direction, this takes it in an amber and sugar cane and very sophisticated, almost perfumey bakery direction. Really good bar. Very nice. And then the last one that I know I did was Dashing. And this was actually the perfect scent for the hotel room, which was all grays and blues and all that. And I think just our mood for the marriage retreat weekend. This is in my club. This has mahogany, vanilla, and fresh night sky. And it was sophisticated, fit the mood for everything, very relaxing, very good bar. All right, a few other things that I have been doing just in bits and pieces all over the house. I emptied a whole clam of 3 Thumbs Up. I always love this bar. It's like the most beautiful pumpkin bread with a little bit of frosting, mid-fall scent. It's got that wonderful saturation that I get from most of Scentsy's Good Bakery, and this is in my club, and I always enjoy it. I've got a couple more bars here, though, that we're going to talk about next, where I like them, but they are so strong, like too strong. The first one is Palo Santo and Cinnamon. I only had 2 cubes left of this, and I think I only have 1 more full clam of this. It's not in my club or anything. This was a bar from last year that I'm surprised didn't come back, because it's unique and is good, but oh my gosh, is this thing strong. So it has, again, an almost savory Palo Santo. It has a cinnamon and what else was in here? Maybe bergamot. That it's not warm and smoldery as much as it has a woody, sharp quality. I like it. If this was to go in clearance, I would grab 3 or 4. But it's very overpowering. My house is not that big. That was a boomer. I only needed the 2 cubes in my aloe vera warmer in the back room. I have it hidden in a corner. It's a really good warmer, you guys. I haven't done a performance video on warmers in a while. Maybe I'll have some time this month in October to round something up. But one of the nicest element warmers that looks good, is easy to deal with. It tucks in many places. You can even pretend that it's just a regular plant, is the aloe vera. And we really don't talk about it that much, but I just wanted to kind of highlight that if you guys are looking for an all-purpose, all-year-round warmer that's very giftable, would work into most people's decor, that is a good one. Because it literally looks like an aloe vera plant with a little dish in the middle that's hidden. It's so cool. That's one I always have in my Florida room. I've had it out there for months on a table back in the corner, and it does a really good job. So another thing that I put in there where I had to pull it out because it was too strong is leaves and lavender. Now, I've given you guys rave reviews on this, but I usually use it in my basement. It was a lot too much in my Florida room this morning. I will tell you that. I took it out. I only put, because I knew it was strong, 1 cube in one warmer and 1 cube in another warmer. And a thing that can happen when bars cure is that the balance of the notes can change. I have to admit, the beautiful cinnamony quality of this leaves and lavender that I've been telling you guys about, I feel as though this bar, which is my second or third bar that I've melted, is a lot heavier on the lavender. I still like it, but I don't like it as much as that first bar, and or the oils have just balanced out. So I will get a couple more of these, but as some of you are complaining that you just can't do it with this particular melt of this, I can see why. I'll get a couple more because I'm definitely not giving up on that, but there wasn't as much of the sweetness and the cinnamon that I was so in love with my very first bar. And I think the personality does change sometimes between that big open space in the basement and upstairs. So the next thing on the list was a few cubes of the Endor Forest Bar. I just love this. I had it out here in the front room one morning, I think, just because I wanted the freshness. This would be really good with the balsam spice, but it's also very nice just by itself because it's a fresh, slightly eucalyptusy, pine, just any time of the year bar. It doesn't really feel like Christmas. It's just a really good woody fresh. I had 2 or 3 cubes left of Hollow Harvest that I'm trying to get through. This is beautiful. This is in my quarterly club. This is part of the Gordy Goodness, and it's just a great scent, you guys. It's just a great scent. It's unique. So it's got this charred jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, beautiful, almost like an ambery vanilla note, similar to what's in the amber vanilla, actually, the other bar, but then it's got the smokiness. It's very sophisticated, very unique. You guys need to club this if you liked it at all. I don't think we'll ever see anything like this again. Really good. And then I had 2 little cubes left of one of my favorite spice bars of all time, which is Cinnamon Bear. I threw this into the October Warmer of the Month, which is a stacked pumpkin set. That is throwing reasonably well for its design. So it's got the bottom layer, which is the green pumpkin that has the warmer element. Then the little orange pumpkin sits on that, and that's what holds the wax. And then if you want, you can keep the little white pumpkin that has a cutout open back, either off or on. And it still throws pretty well. But because everything is like cup-shaped and not real open, I can see that if that was the very first element warmer or very first warmer you ever bought from Scentsy, that you might be a little bit disappointed with the throw. It's better than some that have been completely covered in the past that just do not work. But I put 2 cubes of Cinnamon Bear in there, and that's usually a good performer, and that did very well in that particular warmer. It was good. So we are down to some things where either I was mixing Scentsy with somebody else or just things that are non-Scentsy. I had from a friend a few random little, I don't even know what you call these, little bags from Harper James. This is called It's Fall Y'all with pumpkin spice, toasted marshmallow, and a hint of campfire smoke. Honestly, I did not find this to have much except the smoke in it, so I can't recommend that. I really haven't melted anything else from that company. I'm sure some of it's great, but that one was just kind of blasé and boring. Okay, another thing that I was doing, and this was amazing. If you happen to have both of these waxes, alternate warmer this. If you want to feel like you went out for a fall cabin in the woods, oh my gosh. White pumpkin and driftwood, less of this because it's very strong. And a lot of warmers of Teddy B's Cabin in the Woods. You guys, this is one of the nicest combinations I've done in weeks. The Cabin in the Woods is fir needle, smoked woods, marshmallow fireside, cedarwood, sandalwood, and minty snow. It's just a great scent. I have a couple tubs. I'm working on my first one. It's amazing. It's like a warm, woody cabin smell. Then you add a little bit of the white pumpkin and driftwood, which has cardamom, solar amber, driftwood, that pumpkin earthiness. These two were phenomenal together. So good. Then I did the rest of my very first little souffle of Salem that was gifted to me. You guys know I love this scent. It's one of my top 10 from Teddy Bees. I mean, I've only been doing Teddy Bees for a year, but if I was going to do a top 10 Teddy Bees of all time, this would totally be in here. This smells a lot like Autumn from Bath & Body Works. Beautiful fresh fall scent with gala apples, Fraser fir, figs, mahogany, and cedarwood. It's got all of that and it's fantastic. That was in my bedroom. Loved every minute of it. And then I'm working through this Meraxes souffle from last fall. This is excellent. I wanted something just a little out of the ordinary 2 nights ago. So this has sweet plum, saffron, black peppercorns, cashmere cream, and sweet vanilla roasted pine cones. And it's perfect for mid to late fall. Kind of like Ghostly Greetings, but I think this is more interesting even. So good. And then bringing up the rear, I don't know when I was doing this, probably with the Orchard Apple and Spice or maybe the Brown Butter Pumpkin. I had 1 clam of Yankees sugared cinnamon apple, and I love this. This is somewhat like you took cider mill and made it a little sweeter and lighter with some cinnamon sugar. It's just a really good happy scent. So that is everything that I've been getting through. Oh, one more. I was gifted from a friend, Valkyrie, and I have not tried this yet, but I just threw some of this into my bedroom today because I wanted something much lighter than the rest of the house. And this has cashmere cream, vanilla snowflake, and Palo Santo, and I mostly get the cashmere cream, and it's just a perfect, really anytime, cuddly, cozy bedroom scent. It would probably be most appropriate for winter, but it's great any time of the year because it's just cuddly, cozy, and gentle. So that is everything that I've been getting through. I am looking forward to my holiday haul, which hopefully will be here tomorrow. My October, and this has the gingerbread cheesecake scent. My October Scentsy Club, which hasn't even processed yet, is still in posted. And then I just placed an order where I closed out a small party with a bunch of bars plus the Disney collection. So please stay tuned for hopefully in the next couple days the holiday haul, and then maybe those other 2 things by next week if the shipping works out. And I would love to know if any of you have ordered the Disney bars. Are you thinking they're going to be good? Did you skip them because you don't like the extra price that you have to pay when there's licensing attached? Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.